So it's 2:05. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. My name is Kehinde Awuni. I'm an education advisor at Nubi, and I'll be a moderator for this session. In this session, we have John Gregory. He's the representative at the University of Alberta. So thank you, John, for joining us. Before we start, a couple of house rules. Please keep your microphone muted at all times. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box. And if you'd like to speak, you can just raise up your hand and you'll be allowed to speak. Thank you. Thank you, John. You can start.
Thank you, and good morning, everybody from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. My name's John Gregory, and I'm the Director of International Recruitment at the University of Alberta. And it's a pleasure to be speaking with you today. I've been to Nigeria many times, I think over 30 times, and I'm looking forward to hopefully coming back in person soon. A little bit about me. I grew up in the UK. I went to one of the University of London colleges as a student and had the opportunity to undertake an exchange year, so a study abroad year at the University of Alberta, and it had a great impact on my life while studying there. I met my wife and have been a big fan of education and the University of Alberta in particular ever since. So the present today will be an interactive presentation, and there'll be a quiz during the presentation, and there will be a prize for the winner. So hopefully you will join in the quiz during the presentation. So a little bit about Canada. I'd like to start with Canada. Canada's the second largest country in the world, but has under 40 million people living there. Vast country, over 6 time zones. It's currently 7 in the morning here in Alberta, but it would be 11:30 in the most eastern part of Canada, so nearly the afternoon. Many languages are spoken in Canada, but we have 2 official languages, English and French. And we're divided into provinces and territories, so similar to the states in the US or in Nigeria. 22%, and nearly a quarter of the population were born outside of Canada. So it's a very multicultural country. And below are a few famous Canadians. So I did mention this is an interactive quiz. So if you could open on your phone or a different tab on your browser, the link at the top, I'll just pop that in here. So if you can click on the link in the chat, and you'll be able to play along in the presentation, and there will be a prize for the winner. If the link isn't working, the address to go to is at the top, menti.com, and enter the code 72729025. I'll give another 30 seconds for people to join. I'm just putting it in chat one more time, and you should be able to join in. Great to see you've got 5 players already, and hopefully others will join in as we get going. Oh. Okay. There we go. So the first question about Canada, and who was the top selling Canadian singer in 2020? Was it Shawn Mendes, Celine Dion, Justin Bieber, Michael Bublé, The Weeknd, or Drake? And it should be on your phone screen or the browser screen. And congratulations to whoever answered The Weeknd. That is the correct answer. Drake was the best-selling artist in 2019, so just a year out. covered Canada very briefly. So I'm now going to talk about the University of Alberta. So this is our North Campus, our main campus here, and that's where virtually all the students would study. It's got the residence, classrooms, labs, libraries, sports facilities. We are a full research university. So there's 2 hospitals located on the campus as well. And let me just make sure I've shared my sound. So I'm going to show you a quick video where you'll get to see more of the University of Alberta.
We built a university before there was a city surrounding us. No one had performed an open heart surgery, but then we did. We built Alberta's first satellite and sent it into orbit. We discovered hepatitis C, and now we're developing a vaccine. Pushing the boundaries. We've always done it. We're still doing it. And here's what it looks like. It's building a car to challenge the way we think about fuel sources. It's creating opportunities to learn about our Indigenous history and our mountains. It's testing food alternatives to help feed the world. It's about looking at centuries of ice core samples to find answers to climate change. It's learning from our past to preserve our future. It's creating something from nothing that's inspired by everything. It's setting a personal best and a national record. It's taking 36,000 voices and making sure we are heard. Pushing boundaries is about finding out what you are capable of and then pushing yourself beyond what you thought you were. Great things are happening here, and we know you are bound for great things.
There you go. I hope that gave you a quick overview of the university and some of our achievements and the kind of environment we offer students. So speaking about it more in number terms, and these numbers are important, we are in the top 5 and the top 100 universities in the world. So top 5 in Canada, top 100 in the world. So your degree will be very highly recognized. We've got over 40,000 students studying with us, and we're welcoming many Nigerian students each year. We're becoming a very popular option for students from Nigeria. We're home to a 2020, so a very recent Nobel Prize winner. And we have the 2nd highest graduate employment rate in Canada. We also rate very highly in the field of artificial intelligence as well. So moving back to the questions. So if you want to play along with the quiz, I'm just putting the link in the chat and you'll be able to join in. So what is the ranking of the University of Alberta in Canada? Are we number 1, 2 to 5, 6 to 10, or 11 to 20? Excellent. We wish we were number 1, but we're in the top 5, so still very highly ranked. So we can go back to our leaderboard, and Prajwal has taken the early lead, followed by Hindi. And if anyone wants to join in, the link is in chat where you'll be able to play along. Another question. Where is the University of Alberta? So which city are we in? Are we in Toronto, Vancouver, Edmonton, or London? Yes, we are in Edmonton, and the background of this picture is the downtown area or the city centre of Edmonton. So a bit on Edmonton's lifestyle. Alberta is a very popular region for new Canadians. We do have the highest salaries in Canada in Alberta, and it's a relatively wealthy area. We have very large reserves of oil and natural gas, which has created a strong economy over time. That's one of the reasons, despite having a population of 1 million, where we actually have the largest shopping mall in North America in Edmonton. In the background is the World Water Park, which is part of the shopping mall, a small part of it. And my kids, who are 7 and 4, love going there. Edmonton, like Canada, is a very multicultural city. There's restaurants from around the world, and we do have the largest museum in Western Canada. And this is another view of the downtown of Edmonton. In the bottom is the university campus, and just over the river is the downtown area. And use of the transit system and bus system is included in students' fees. This is our North Campus here. So as you can see, a mixture of some more older buildings for Western Canada and some very modern facilities in the background. And this is our residence, so part of our residence. So for all new international students, or all first-year students actually, we do guarantee a place in on-campus housing. You just need to apply by the 30th of April, and you can do that as part of your admissions application. The residences are mixed, so you'll be living with a combination of international and Canadian students. And residence is a really great place to make friends, and you can walk to all your classes. So we do have some world-renowned faculty at the University of Alberta, including Dr. Michael Houghton. Dr. Houghton discovered the hepatitis C virus and is currently working in our Virology Institute on a COVID-19 and other vaccines. So research in excellence, we're in the top 100 in the world for research. And alongside that research, there's lots going on campus. There's many different student clubs students can join. Our sports teams have won many national championships, and many students play in more field recreational sports leagues. So which animal do you think we have as our sports team mascot? Or is the University of Alberta eagles, bears, lions, or beavers? And we are the bears. And here they are. So it's on the left is Guba, the brown bear, who represents our male sports teams. And we have Patches on the right, who's the panda bear, who represents our female sports teams. And these are the only bears you will see on campus. So back to the leaderboard. So still the top two, Paraj, Hindi, and ET is a newcomer in third place. So will anyone catch him? So in terms of career success, most students are going to university to have a good career afterwards. So we're in the top 100 in terms of the employment rate in the world. And we also offer very strong co-op and paid work experience programs. This is where you're able to undertake paid work placements during your studies. So co-op's a great option to consider. It means when you graduate both for good degree, but some Canadian, or you can even do international work placements. You can do international co-op, so you graduate with Canadian work experience. That means when you're talking to potential employers, you don't only have your good degree to talk about, but also the co-op experience. And many students who do a co-op placement will go back and work for that company upon graduation, as they've seen how you are as a worker. You've hopefully left a good impression, and they'll be keen to hire you back. So next question is, which faculties offer co-op or work experience programs? The Arts, Engineering, Science, ELS, or the Alberta School of Business? And let's see. So all our faculties offer co-op. So I'm just going to try and get rid of that screen. Well, I'm not sure why I've got all this drawing on it, but never mind. So the Alberta School of Business and all our faculties offer co-ops. So it's a great option. And how is the University of Alberta ranked in Canada for post-graduation employment rates? Are we first, second, or third? Number 2. Hang on, let's get rid of this. Give me 1 second. I will be share. There we go. So yes, congratulations to the 3 who answered second. So question number 7. So coming to Canada, you do a 4-year degree. How long will the post-graduation work permit let you live and work in Canada for? So up to 5 years, 1 year, or up to 3 years? So yes, it is up to 3 years, and I believe that's the longest of any of the major English-speaking education destinations that you can come. And you do your 4-year degree, and after which you get a 3-year work permit. And many students on that 3-year work permit would then apply for permanent residency, which is a pathway to being able to stay permanently in Canada and eventually Canadian citizenship. And which Canadian province has the highest average salary? Is it Quebec, Ontario, BC, or Alberta? Quebec is where Montreal, Ontario is Toronto, and British Columbia is where Vancouver is. And it is Alberta. We do have the highest average salaries in Canada. And how much higher is the rent for a 1-bedroom apartment in Vancouver compared to Edmonton? This will be a bit of a guess for most people. And it is 75%. I presume that was a guess. So if not, that's great knowledge. So 75% higher. So basically, Edmonton and Alberta have higher salaries and a lower cost of living, which is a good combination compared to the alternative. Oh, so Ribbit has started challenging Padrell for the lead. So we do have many, 1 second. So we do have many degree options available. I'm not going to list all of them today, but we have over 200 degree programs, and these are all the faculties you can join directly, and you would choose your major while you're applying. So there's the ability to change majors during your program, so you'll have the ability to change majors, but this lists all the faculties you can join. In terms of tuition, we offer a standardized and guaranteed tuition model. So the tuition you pay will remain for all 4 years of your study. So you'll pay the same tuition in 2025 as you would in 2022. So for parents, that really helps you plan the total costs of your study. So you can be guaranteed there'll be no tuition increases. So you can plan exactly how much it can cost. And with the world economy having a lot of inflation at the moment, this guarantee, I think, is a great deal for students. So each year we welcome, oh, there's a question coming up. Do one more question. And how much will my tuition increase each year? Is it 5%, 0, 10%, or it varies? Yes, 0% increase. So we do offer a lot of scholarships. We have many talented students join us from Nigeria each year. So these are automatic scholarships, so there's no need to do a separate application for these. You would be considered automatically based on your school results. So the school results at the time of your admission to the University of Alberta. So if we have a top 5% of students in each faculty, you could be awarded the Gold Standard Scholarship, which is up to $6,000 and will vary from faculty to faculty. If you're presenting a combination of A1s and B2s, you should qualify for the International Admission Scholarship, which is $5,000. And for students from Nigeria who have a B2 to B3 average or higher, you would qualify for the $5,000 Regional Excellence Scholarship. So in total, a top student could qualify for $16,000 in scholarships automatically. We also have a number of larger awards as well. So we have the International Leader Scholarship, and that's up to $10,000. This does require a separate application, and the deadline to apply for that is the 12th of January. So you've got a bit of time to apply for that. But we also have a very large and prestigious scholarship, which is $120,000, the President's International Distinction Scholarship, so $30,000 per year and $120,000 in total. So if you're doing something like computer science or an economics degree, this would cost you just $90 per year in tuition. If you won this scholarship, you would get $30,000 per year. So it's a very prestigious scholarship. And I had a question for you. How many do you think we're offering in fall 2022? So how many 120K scholarships are we going to be awarding? Will it be 1, 10, 15, or 25? We're more generous than you think. we will be offering 25 of these big scholarships. So they're obviously going to be competitive to get. So there's going to be a lot of interest in this amount of money in a scholarship. But if you are a top student with top grades and good extracurricular activities, it would be a really good scholarship for you to apply for. You're not competing for 1 or 2 or even 10. You're competing for 25 of them. So back to the leaderboards. Oh, and Juliet started coming into the picture. So in terms of admission from WIAC, for students currently in SS3, we can give them an offer now. That would be based on their SS2 results and just confirming which courses they're taking in SS3. For a final offer, we would need WIAC results. So we use the printout and a scratch card to just verify the results online. And with Canada, you're able to apply for the study permit with a conditional offer. So if you're still in school, you can still apply for the study permit with that conditional offer. We typically need 5 subjects in WIAC. All subjects require English as one of the subjects. And then 4 others, and it will vary depending on the program and faculty you're interested in. No IELTS or TOEFL is required. We recognize Nigeria as an English-speaking country, so your WIAC English is fine. And there's no need for a personal statement for the admission to the university. It's based entirely on your academics. There's lots of faculty, there's lots of programs to choose from, and you can do a quiz on our program website to get some recommendations. And applications opened the 1st of October, and we've already had quite a few students from Nigeria applying, which is great. If you're interested in the larger awards, the deadline to apply for them is January the 12th. And by May the 1st, you should make your decision. For applying from Nigeria, I would recommend you have made your decision before then and have your study permit submitted, so the embassy can make the visa decision and get you in Canada in time. And then courses would start in early September. It's an online application, $125 plus a $25 accommodation fee, 15 to 20 minutes, and you can upload your documents to the online application. Personal statement is not required, and it opened on the 1st of October. The final question. I should study at the University of Alberta because it's a highly ranked university, guaranteed tuition and competitive scholarships, guaranteed housing, excellent graduate employment outcomes, or all of the above. And they're all great reasons. Let's see who the winner was. So, Pat Fladrell, apologies if I pronounced your name incorrectly, but congratulations also to Juliet and Andy, who came in 2nd and 3rd. And if you're able to send me your address and your phone number, I will arrange to have some prizes shipped to you. So the top 3, Fladrell, Juliet, and Andy, please email me your details and I'll arrange to ship you a prize. So these are my contact details here. We work very closely with Newbie Education, and they will be able to help you with the application to the University of Alberta. Thank you for joining along in the quiz, and I look forward to some questions, hopefully, as well. So thanks everyone for your time today. I hope you got a good overview of the University of Alberta, and I think we now move into the Q&A, and my colleagues from Newbie will be able to help with that.
Thank you so much, John, for that wonderful session. It's very interactive and very fun.
Okay. For everyone to playing along. So.
Does anyone have any questions? Or would you like to say anything? You could just raise your hand up and you would be unmuted. Although you covered a lot, John.
I tried my best. So I hope that gave everyone a good overview of the University of Alberta. I'm very happy to answer any questions people have. Options to study, etc., programs, costs, scholarships. Happy to answer whatever people have that's interesting. So we have a question regarding research-based master's degree programs. So yes, we're a full research university, one of the top universities in Canada. So we have the full range of programs, bachelor's, master's, PhDs, and postdoc fellowships. So we do have the research-based masters. With research-based masters, the tuition is relatively low. It's typically $8,000 to $10,000 per year. And for these programs, you will often receive funding, whether that be in the form of scholarship, teaching assistance, or a research assistant placement. For them, the requirements vary from faculty to faculty, so you really need to look at the department website. So if you look at the department website, that will give you further information. The minimum requirement for all programs is a minimum upper second degree. So there's a few more questions coming in. I don't think everyone can see them, but Christina sent me one directly. So yes, we would help you with the study permit application. We run a webinar every spring. We run a couple which has good tips on applying for the study permit, and Newbie would also be able to help you with that process. Typically for the University of Alberta, we have a very strong study permit rate. The embassy are looking for a number of things. Are you a serious student? And they'll be looking at that based on your grades, and also how recently you finished high school. So if you applied for high school 10 years ago and haven't done further study, you will find it challenging getting a degree. If you've just recently graduated or you're still in SS3, then it would be quite easy. You've proven to the embassy that you're a serious student. You're going to be studying. It's a logical step in your progression. The other thing the embassy are looking for is, are you able to finance your degree, and have you proved you have the access to the finances to pay that? And once you've completed a degree in Canada, this is another question Christina asked, is do you get a post-study work permit? So yes, you do a 4-year degree, after which you get a 3-year post-study work permit. So it's a 3-year work permit. It's an open work permit, and you can work in any job with this study permit. Many students who get that study permit would then apply for permanent residency, so the pathway to being able to stay in Canada permanently. Gel, congratulations on your win. And he asks, does the Alberta have any programs for students interested in the automotive industry? So engineering would be a good option to consider. With engineering, students take a general first year, so they're exposed to the different aspects of engineering, and then they can choose their specialization from the second year onwards. We don't offer specifically automotive engineering, but if you do things like mechanical or electrical or computer engineering, you'll be well equipped to work both in the automotive industry or any other industry. So there's a limited number of automobile engineering jobs available, so having a broader engineering degree, one in like mechanical or computer or electrical, would really set you up in terms of both careers in automobile and also other industries. And Pajel asked another program. Okay, I just answered that. So Judy has an H&D. She says, can I apply for a top-up program? So yes, you could apply to come in for a degree, and you may be awarded up to 2 years of credit for your H&D. It's not guaranteed, but it's a route to consider. The visa application does tend to be more challenging for students presenting H&D. So I just wanted to give you that heads up. Eric asked for a waiver for GMAT. Unfortunately, we're a very top university, so all our students are required to present GMAT. We have significantly more applications for the MBA than we do places, so we can insist on the GMAT, which would be policy of most good MBA programs. And Pajel asked about A-level grades. So for A-level, we require 3 subjects at A-level, and the subjects will vary from program to program. So for engineering, for instance, we require A-levels in math, physics, and chemistry, and we would be looking at a combination of A's and B's in those subjects. So if engineering is the route you're looking at, it would be A's and B's in math, physics, and chemistry. If you're looking at the science route, it would be math and 2 sciences, and other programs would have their own A-level requirements, but it is always 3 A-levels. Subjects can vary from faculty to faculty, but the grades, depending on the faculty, will vary from A's and B's to B's and C's. And I just put in the chat link. Also, I sent that to everyone. Let me send this link to everyone. Everyone in meeting, give me 1 second. And you are able to apply if you're currently in your A-level program. So we would give you conditional offer. If you took AS, we would use AS results. If not, we would use your first year of A-level results for conditional admission, and then your final admission, we would base it on predicted grades. So it would be based on predicted grades received by the university from your school after the 1st of March, and that's because we use those predicted grades to give you final admission. So as your results come out relatively late, we would use your predicted grades to give you final admission for students in A-level, but you could apply now if you have AS levels or you have first year A-level results. If you want to drop me an email afterwards, I'd be very happy to have a look at your grades and advise on the next steps in consultation with my colleagues from Newbie. So Eric asked, what's the acceptance rates for international students from Ghana? So it really depends on the program that you're looking for. I think Eric was interested in the MBA. So again, it would be based around your GMAT, your work experience, and your degree. We don't have specific acceptance rates for students from different countries. Everyone is evaluated the same way. Are there any other questions at this point?
Or if you'd like to speak, you can raise up your hand and you'd be allowed to speak. But if not, you could just ask your questions.
For the MBA program, Eric, I would recommend you visit the MBA website, and it will have full details of what's required. The MBA is a competitive program, and for a number of reasons, we obviously want good students on the MBA, as we do in all our programs. But we also want you to be studying alongside other top students as well. The quality of the MBA program does depend on both your instructors, but also the students you're studying alongside. And we do want a diverse classroom mix. So if you're a good student with work experience, we would be able to hopefully offer you a place.
Okay.
So Bezero asked about, is there job opportunities for someone with an earth science background in Canada? So yes, I can't speak about specific opportunities. You would obviously need to do your own research. But for example, Alberta has the third largest reserves of oil and natural gas in the world. So that is a good field for geoscience students, but you really need to do the research in terms of job opportunities. I'm here to advise on education. I can speak about the study permit, etc. But for career advice, you would need to speak to the experts in that field.
So John, I think Eric would like to speak.
Okay.
Eric, you can speak.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. So I'm Eric from Ghana, and I'm actually interested in the Masters in Accounting, but I was thinking I will do the MBA, but currently do not have the GMAT. And I've already asked for permission at work to do my Masters abroad. So I want to apply for the Masters in Accounting. So currently I've requested for my transcript, all the documents. I've gone through the website and see the documents that is required of me. And I've met most of them, left with the transcript from the school. And my school takes a week or so before the transcript is ready. I want to find out whether I can start the process. And then when the transcript is ready, then I'll add it to it.
Yeah, so virtually with all the programs, you can apply online and then upload your documents at a later date. Obviously, we'd want them as soon as they are available, but you don't have to have all your documents completely ready in order to apply. So I hope that answered your question, Eric. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and you can present all the documents needed at some point soon, then you can apply now, or you can wait until you have everything and then apply then. So your application wouldn't be assessed until we have all your documents. So submitting an application without having everything ready, it's your choice, but it wouldn't give you any advantage unless there was a deadline coming up.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Hopefully see you in Alberta soon.
Sure. I'll come and search for you personally.
Excellent. I look forward to it. That's right. And we've had another question in the chat. So is IELTS compulsory for the University of Alberta? So that would depend on the student's previous study. So if you have WIAC, we would use your English grades. If you've done IGCSE, so before A levels, if you did your IGCSE, we would be able to use your English grade in that, or we can look at your previous education. If you don't have IGCSE or you don't have WIAC, then an IELTS test may be necessary. One thing worth mentioning is with the study permit process, the Canadian High Commission have really tried to speed up study permits for students applying for bachelor's degrees from Nigeria. So if you're applying for a bachelor's degree and you want to use the Study Express stream, which guarantees faster processing of your study permits, you would need to present IELTS if you want to use that faster study permit stream. You're most welcome.
Does anyone else have any questions? Or if you'd like to speak, you can raise up your hand. Anyone?
Eric, have another question, possibly?
Please, can you kindly, I heard talking about the fees and then the living expenses. Can you kindly go through with me? I'm coming with my wife. What amount am I supposed to get before as a proof of funds?
So I believe the Canadian Embassy asks for about $10,000 proof of living costs. It may be higher if you're coming on a family. I'm not a qualified study permit professional, so I can't answer the exact amount, but I believe it's normally $10,000 for living costs. In my opinion, that's probably slightly lower than what you will need. You would probably need about 12 to 15,000 Canadian dollars. The Canadian dollar is a little lower than the US dollar. On the website, there's cost of living indicators, etc. I can't remember what the tuition is for the program you're interested in, but it would be on the website, the tuition cost. But for the undergraduate programs, I showed them earlier, and they're all spelled out.
All right, thank you.
You're most welcome. So Tonya asks about the MSc in nursing. So yeah, we have a graduate program in nursing. I'm not sure on the tuition cost. You would need to double check on the department website for the exact cost. With graduate programs, the cost varies from department to department, so it would be spelled out there on what the cost is for the program.
Okay. Thank you, John. Does anyone have any more questions? Anything you'd like John to go over again? It's the last question, sorry, it's fine. It's fine, you can ask as many questions as you want. Okay.
So no, a personal statement isn't required for admission to any of our undergraduate programs. So no personal statement is required. However, if you wanted to apply for the larger scholarships, so particularly the President's International Distinction Award, then a personal statement would be required as part of your scholarship application. But for the admissions and for the automatic scholarships, so the Regional Excellence Scholarship, International Admissions and Gold Standard, you would be considered for them without any personal statement. No problem at all.
Okay, I just got a question, a direct message. Do they give fully funded scholarship for software engineering or computer science to students who have a first class from Nigeria based on academic merits?
So our computer science department is extremely competitive. We rank it second in the world in terms of artificial intelligence, and we also have a very strong engineering department. So with graduate admissions, what we're really looking for is the right students we have significantly more graduate applications than places for most of our programs. So it's really looking for the right students. So if you are a really top student and you have a interest in research proposal which catches the eye of one of our academics, then a lot of funding is available for these programs. So for really, really top students, then yes, it may be possible to get very well funded for your degree. But again, we're looking for the top students who are able to write a good research proposal.
Okay, thank you, John. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we
Any questions?
Done the questions. I put my contact details on the screen, and my colleagues at Newbie Education would be able to assist you throughout the process of coming to the University of Alberta. I don't have the departments for graduate students are done department by department basis, so we don't have the standardized scholarships that we do for undergraduate studies. So yeah, my colleagues at Newbie Education can help you with the application, but it was a pleasure speaking to you all this morning or this afternoon for Nigeria, and I hope some of you will take the option to come to Alberta, and I hope I'm able to visit Nigeria again in person soon. So I always enjoy visiting. So thank you everyone, and take care, and thanks to Newbie for hosting the session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Okay. I think we're bringing the session to a close. Thank you guys for joining us. Please send your documents to info@newbieeducation.com and we will process your application for free.
Oh yeah, and the prize winners, please email me with your contact details and I'll send out some prizes to you. So take care everyone, have a lovely weekend.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye everyone, have a lovely weekend.